The 20th century was the birth of a monster, spawned from the womb of greedy corporations which became a person in the eye of law. We created an entity of greed. A veil was laid in front humankind to infantilize them, neuter them and scare them. Mass psychology, over the masses to have, willing livestock to milk them and eat them. No longer human, just a machine running on empty. Consumerism started as a response to the increased production and luxuries. It took some time before corporations, in order to expand their profits, that mass psychology was utilized on the unsuspecting populace. After the Second World War, feminism became a strong movement. The market realized that it can change the movement and act on their subconscious. Especially women under 25 were the most influenced, due to the fact that a human mind only starts to mature after that age. On the outside, feminists wanted to become independent from men, while the reality was that this was like looking the Freudian theory of penis envy in the teeth. The media perpetuated this ideal of a strong woman, so that the market can put women to work in order to exploit them as new consumers. After women were given the role of men, the expected effect was that their influence on the policies the government passed, since they became a new voting body. Due to sexual dimorphism, women tend to be providers for children, while men are the providers for the whole family. Children eventually became the gods, or in other words a spoiled generation. Safety, control and welfare became more important than freedom. The war on drugs in the West became a war on people. All this was sold to the populace as a safety net for our beloved children. Men in the meantime were nothing but expendable, and women were taking control of the household. Since they were now spending the family money, because now men had to work 2 shifts, night hours, just to keep the increasing needs for luxury of his family. Believe that money can buy happiness was big in the 80s. Since the free love movement was strangled by the corporatist media. Now the market realized that children are having a bigger influence on the budget than ever in a family unit. So advertising moved to indoctrinate children at a young age. To understand the next segment, I need to explain the Oedipal syndrome and what penis envy theory are. According to Freud, the Oedipus complex relates to a universal wish that a boy has, unknowingly, to have his mother all to himself by the removal of his father. This complex occurs during the 3rd stage, known as the phallic stage, of Freud, and number 39, as psychosexual stages of personality development. It is during this stage that the child learns he has a penis and begins to associate the penis with the pleasure of touching it. In addition to this, the child becomes aware of his sexual desire toward the parent of the opposite sex, his mother. According to Freud, this lusting that the child feels toward his mother means that he wants to have sex with her. Due to this lusting, the child sees the father as a competitor for the mother and number 39's attention and love. Due to this competition, the boy identifies his father as the only obstacle inhibiting him from having his mother. Penis envy, German, Penisnot, is a stage theorized by Sigmund Freud regarding female psychosexual development, in which young girls experience anxiety upon realization that they do not have a penis. Freud considered this realization a defining moment in a series of transitions toward a mature female sexuality and gender identity. In Freudian theory, the penis envy stage begins the transition from an attachment to the mother to competition with the mother for the attention, recognition and affection of the father. The conclusion is that both boys and girls need a stable family with a strong father figure and a caring mother figure to grow out of adolescence and become mature and responsible adults. The millennials that came after the Generation X were infantilized in order to keep them adolescent. Through the usage of pop culture, like video games and superhero movies, they have access to credit cards that let them buy things irresponsibly without saving money. This childlike behavior pattern is pushed forward by the corporatist media in order to create brainless cash cows. Due to millennials not maturing sexually and otherwise, causes them to become LGBT, for example. We see them avoiding the complexity of issues, looking for a common bad guy and going for radical beliefs from alt-left or alt-right. This suits the neo-global capitalist because children are easier to provoke, manipulate and behave by impulses. Impulses are then easily used to sell more and enrich those in power, by giving them more power.